Hello, welcome to CLSB Politics. Sean speaking. I've got a 90 days out update for Kamala's race, just so we're all on the same page moving forward. Her VP selection happened, obviously, and it's Tim Walz. So I'd like to do a quick, just talk about him a little bit. He's veteran, former teacher, state championship winning football coach, faculty advisor for the First Gay Straight Alliance. University free lunch for Minnesota schools was one of his big pushes. He's the highest ranking retired enlisted soldier ever to serve in Congress, which is kind of amazing. I mean, think about it. We've had enlisted soldiers for a long time in Congress for about as long as that. So interesting. What he did, when he was in office, well, he still is in office, but as governor, he enshrined Roe into the state law, so women have access to health care. He legalized recreational marijuana. He required paid medical and family leave, expanded background checks for gun purchases. And keep in mind, he also is the best shot in Congress in the years he served. He won the Marksman trophy every year. So the guy knows guns. They are recreational for him, and he is all about the expanded background check. So check. Free college for students with a family that with income under 80 grand, 100%. All those things, great. So I'm looking at some of the early on media. It's going to work. All I got to say about that. Love it. I think these guys have been weird for a really long time. It's about time somebody started talking about it. Also, this is the brain trust that's running against Kamala and Walz now. Am I done? I mean, so moving on. Jeez, these guys. I mean, so moving on. We've got some polling. Over the last few days, I've just been grabbing polls as I've seen them, and YouGov did one. It's within the margin of error, but definitely performing better than Biden did. This is across the states. This is a couple days old, but still relevant. We've got still a lot of work to do, and keep in mind this is like 2 weeks into her campaign, so we still have the convention. And there are a lot of eyeballs will be on that. So the people that may or may not be super informed will be after that convention. So amongst young voters and those of you that have been paying attention to my demographic breakdown of the swing states, this is insanely important. All right. And this is the young registered voters with any kind of voter history. So this isn't counting anyone that Taylor Swift's gotten registered to vote or anyone who's registered to vote since Roe went down, because they haven't had an opportunity, barring maybe a special election or something, which I don't know if they would have actually voted in, to vote. And they certainly haven't had a presidential cycle to vote in, which is honestly what these pollsters look at for voter history. So I'm saying these numbers, I mean, she's better than Joe, which is great. This is a solid number. This is an indicator that the millennials, which is the largest voting generation currently operating in most of these states, is paying attention and going the Democratic, leaning Democrat. So when you look at who's more trusted on the economy, Kamala's also gaining ground against Trump here. When Joe was top of the ticket, he was hitting 45, and it was kind of his ceiling. She's already at 48. That's going to continue to grow, especially as counterintuitively you think, oh, the market's doing poorly. It's really not. It's lost a couple points, but it's also doubled in size and doubled in value in the last 4 years. So let's keep it all relative. Corrections happen. But if people who are they going to trust? And I think we see a swinging. And this is actually this is really And ironically, the best issue Republicans have always had, even though you can go look it up, they have added to the deficit more than the Democrats. Under them, the economy has always done worse. Democrats have always created more jobs across the board, going all the way back to Clinton. So, yeah, this is in my opinion, this is a weird misnomer that Republicans are better at the economy than Democrats, because the math is absolutely against that. I'll probably do a show about that. So this one just came out. It's within the margin of error, and Kamala is still a little bit behind, but climbing. So I saw this one. This was interesting. This was from the 7th, which is today. They were looking at electoral votes and what that would really look like. And yeah, it's interesting. We're at least it's leaning in the direction that we need it to. But lots of work to do. But it wouldn't surprise me if this is what the map ended up looking like. But we'll see. We'll see. Fundraising, all very important. So since Harris announced, and this isn't even all of it, she's raised $310 million, which means that we've got $377 cash on hand, whereas Trump's raised $139 million with $327 cash on hand. And that map is indicating the bigger the bubble, that's the city where the money's coming from. DFW is killing it. I mean, wow, right? I mean, yeah. By the way, Dallas has a whole bunch of lawyers and people with money. So, yeah, big donors. Good job, Dallas. Since Waltz on Tuesday, they've raised $20 million. This was as of a few hours ago, so it's probably more than that now. But really, we're looking at about $1 million an hour. Solid fundraising on Tuesday, no doubt. I have a cautionary tale. So this time, 2016 is what the polling was saying. So we got to keep fighting. We got to keep pounding, and we got to make this happen. So I don't care who they're saying who'd win the presidency today. That can all change, and we need to be diligent. So my quote is, "Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will." Mahatma Gandhi, one of my faves. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. If you wish to support this channel, we have a PayPal at CLSB Politics. I hope everyone has a great day. Bye-bye.